Go.
Hi guys. So this is the book I told you about, Purple Climbing Days. Let me just read the synopsis here. What's worse on a blue Monday? For Richard Beast, or Best, it's a purple Monday spent climbing a fat brown rope and a fat brown knot. Beast wishes he could climb up that rope like Emily Arrow and Matthew Jackson. Just looking at it hanging down from the gym ceiling makes him dizzy. Oh, I know that feeling. Beast is afraid and hopes his friends won't find out. But Mrs. Miller, the meanest substitute teacher in the whole Polk Street school, finds out his secret and tells him to meet her in the gym after school. Miller the killer, what will she do to him? So already he's worried. So this is the cover of it, and this is Mrs. Miller, the substitute teacher, and there's Beast looking kind of scared. So, as we said before, the theme of the Polk Street books is friendship. And every time there's a problem, they find a way to solve it. So let's read chapter 1, Purple Climbing Days, by Patricia Riley Giff. Chapter 1. Richard Best rushed down the hall. He couldn't wait to get into the classroom. Faster, he said to his friend Emily Arrow. They started to run. No running, shouted the 6th grade monitor. They slowed down a little. They turned the corner. They burst into room 113. Today was skink day. You know what a skink is? Everyone in the classroom was already in there. All the kids. Miss Rooney, Mrs. Stewart, who used to be Miss Vincent. That's her new married name. Matthew Jackson poked Richard on the arm. Hey, Beast, he said. It's going to be a great day. Richard nodded. Skink day, he thought. Climbing day, said Matthew. Richard closed his eyes for a second. Climbing day. He'd forgotten all about it. He was supposed to climb the rope in gym. Climb it to the top. He didn't even like to climb the monkey bars. So we can infer Richard might be a little afraid of heights. Today I'm going to grab that rope, Matthew started to say. Today I'm going to go right up there to the top. Richard put his books in his desk. Today he was going to fall off the gym ceiling. He was going to break his neck. Look, Beast, Matthew said. He jumped on his chair. He stretched his arms over his head. He made believe he was holding the rope. He raised one foot in the air. Right to the top I'm going. Miss Rooney looked up from her desk. Matthew Jackson, she said. It's too early in the morning to start. Matthew jumped off his chair. See what I mean? He told Richard. That's the way I'm going to climb. Richard didn't answer. He thought about the fat brown rope. The fat brown rope and the fat brown knots in it. He was hanging down. It was hanging down from the gym ceiling. He felt dizzy just thinking about it. He rubbed his hands on his jeans. Think of the skink, he told himself. He looked back at the science table. Wayne was supposed to bring in the skink tank. He said he had one at home. The only tank on the table was the fish tank. Hey, Richard said, where's the skink tank? Matthew raised his shoulders in the air. How can we have a skink if we don't have a skink tank? Richard asked. Don't worry, Wayne said from his seat. It'll be here on time. All right, last call for lunch money, Miss Rooney said. Richard poked his head in his desk. No lunch money either. He went to the front of the room. I forgot my... Oh, that's no way to start the week, said Miss Rooney. She reached into her purse. Pay me back tomorrow. That's very nice of Miss Rooney. Richard nodded. What time is the skink coming? He asked. Now this is Matthew clowning around on his, which is probably not a safe idea, fooling around, pretending to be climbing the rope. Miss Rooney put a check mark next to his name. Chocolate milk or white? Chocolate, he said. What time is that? Miss Rooney looked up. This is Monday. Oh, right, said Richard. You forgot, said Miss Rooney. Wednesday is skink day. Richard went back to his seat. Monday. Some kind of chopped off stuff for lunch. And no skink. Matthew was standing next to his desk. He was making circles in the air with his foot. I'm warming up, he said, for the climbing. Richard swallowed. Line up, said Miss Rooney. Time for gym. Slowly, Richard went to the front of the room. He wished he could hide somewhere until gym was over. So, boys and girls, I see Judith has joined us for story time. So, here's the thing. You don't know this because a long time ago, when Mrs. Sherman was little Mrs. Sherman, as Miss Friedman loves my stories, we used to go to PE, which is gym class, and there'd be this huge rope hanging from the ceiling. It had knots in increments to climb up to the top. And Mrs. Sherman was very athletic. So I had no problem climbing the rope. But you had to climb up to the very top and climb down slowly. But it's hard because it requires a lot of arm strength. And we don't do this anymore because it really is kind of dangerous. So Richard is worried about this. He does not want to climb the rope. And he also needs a calendar, I think, because he forgot it was not skink day. And if you don't know what a skink is, I'm not going to tell you. You can infer what it is. But I'll give you a hint. It's not an amphibian. It's not a mammal. It's not a bird. It's not an insect. So what does that leave? So you're going to have to maybe go to Pebble Go or go to Google and Google what a skink is, and then you'll know. So get ready for chapter 2 probably tomorrow. Okay, guys. See you later. Judith.